Coming up on the AFN Europe report.
We'll tell you what U.S. airmen are doing in the country of Romania.
The people on the base have been good. They're excited to have us here. They work well with us.
And does special forces also mean special chow? We'll show you how one dining facility in Stuttgart is pulling out all the stops.
It's part of your job, and it's part of you as a person.
Plus, a Dodge student in Naples, Italy, builds a volcano for his head.
I just got the idea of eruption.
Good evening and welcome to the AFN Europe report. I'm Specialist Jessica Hayes. Building strong bonds with the local nationals they work beside is one of the main goals of female engagement teams in Afghanistan. Marine Corporal Kevin Beebe introduces us to some female soldiers taking a course to help them assist local women.
Female engagement teams constantly run missions where they are needed to interact with women. Here at Bagram Airfield, there is a 5-day training course dedicated to training these teams.
The course consists of a variety of courses. It consists of talking about the Afghan culture, media engagement, tactical, and we use asymmetrical warfare to come out and talk about tactical things that they should know that will prepare them at all times.
Even troops who have been on missions with FET teams before benefit from the course.
Getting insight from Afghan American women and learning their culture, there's a lot of things that I didn't know that will help me during our future FET engagements.
At the end of the course, students took part in some practical application to put what they've learned to use. The course is held 4 times a year, and each class has about 30 students. Marine Corporal Kevin Beebe, Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan.
A team of U.S. troops in Romania is hard at work beside their Romanian counterparts. Air Force Sergeant Nathan Perry tells us how this project gives the U.S. team a chance to build bonds with the local community.
In Câmpia Târzi, Romania, a team from the 435th Construction and Training Squadron began their day planning.
We're here to do 3 runway construction projects that will aid the United States in future exercises. It's really important that the U.S. and Romania have a good working relationship, a good partnership. They've been very, very supportive of us coming in and using their facilities for our exercises and those kinds of things. And the projects that we're building here at Câmpia Târzi are specific for U.S. aircraft.
Between building relationships and construction projects, there was a lot for the team to learn.
The people on the base have been good. They're excited to have us here. They work well with us. And just being in Romania, it's a nice country. Got a better view of how we can do things better in the future. We come back and do more construction here, and a good idea of how things work around here.
With engineering, concrete, and structure specialists out in the field, one member took full advantage of the diversity.
The knowledge that I've gotten, I've never been able to experience anything like this before. Working with a bunch of great people, the knowledge and everything that I got to take from learning how to do an EA's job to the Dirt Boys job. They've taught me a lot, and I've hopefully brought some knowledge to them.
The construction projects will be completed by mid-November. From Câmpia Târzi, Romania, I'm Air Force Sergeant Nathan Perry.
Safety protocols in the military are always shifting. And thanks to one man at Lodges Field, troops are able to stay up to date with all the changes. Airman Roderick Ost explains.
So currently we have 3.
That's Bruno Nogueira. He works as a ground safety manager at the 65th Air Base Wing Safety Office here at Lodges Field. And if it wasn't for him, not much would happen on the base.
Any new activity, any new product that comes on base, trying to make sure they have all the safety features that are required for you to start utilizing them in a safe manner.
According to Bruno, the job of safety is always changing in the military, and because of this, safety offices across the service face some of their biggest challenges.
My biggest challenge is making sure I can reach everybody and break them from old habits. It's really hard for people that have been doing something in a way for the last 20 years, now all of a sudden start doing completely different, but in a safer way.
But this doesn't stop Bruno from enjoying the simple pleasures of the job.
My favorite part of working in wing safety is actually having to deal with everybody on base, from the lowest airmen through all civilians and all the way to the commanders.
With people like Bruno watching out for us, Team Lodges can continue to safely support the fight. Senior Airman Roderick Ost, Lodges Field, Azores.
Military service is a commitment and a sacrifice, and a very small percent of Americans have the fortitude to join the armed services. That's why the community in Vicenza, Italy has Retiree Appreciation Day each year. Aaron Talley tells us what the event provides for our retired service members.
Philip Ledoux is one of about 600 military retirees in the Vicenza community. During his military career, Phil served in the U.S. Army's Signal Corps.
I did 21 years, 2 months, and 4 days. But who counted?
After Phil retired, he decided to stay in Vicenza, which for Phil wasn't a difficult decision or transition.
When I retired, I had been in Vicenza for 20 some odd years. So, I mean, I really didn't use the retiree benefits at the time. I knew what I was doing. I knew the area. So it was just a simple transition.
But nowadays, retirees need a little more assistance keeping everything in order. That's why the Vicenza military community holds Retiree Appreciation Days each year. This event brings together organizations from all over Post, like the local credit union, the health clinic, and the Red Cross. Phil was able to get his eyes checked, got his flu shot, and talk to someone about his Social Security benefits.
I'm a FERS.
I'm a FERS right now.
All in one location.
If you're qualified,
you can get all the answers in an hour instead of 3 weeks worth of research on the internet and maybe not find your answer on the internet.
So for military retirees like Phil, this one-stop shop may not answer all their questions, but it's a great resource to make their second or third careers as rewarding as their first. Aaron Talley, Vicenza, Italy.
Up next, they're not just swimming for fun, they're swimming for survival. We'll explain after the break. Welcome back to the AFN Europe Report. Army cooks provide one of the most important services in the military, feeding the hardworking men and women in uniform. Chefs in Stuttgart, Germany are more than up to the challenge. Army Sergeant Joe Labutka takes us to their kitchen to show how they're preparing for the prestigious Army Food Service Conley Awards.
It's 9 a.m. and breakfast has just finished. But the 110 Special Forces Group dining facility is already thinking about the next meal. Specialist Hind and his fellow Army cooks have to prepare enough food to feed a small army, and they only have a few hours to do it. Soon they will be competing for top honors in the Army's Conley Awards.
Well, it's been like a roller coaster ride, seriously. There's been ups, downs, it's been really stressful, but at the same time it's rewarding because you realize that it's part of your job and it's part of you as a person to build upon something so great. I mean, we're competing with all the defects in the world. It's something special. It really is.
The most important ingredient into being a successful dining facility is to have the right guys. You got to have the A guys, not the B or C guys. You got to have the #1 guy working with you.
The 110 Special Forces Group DFAC has won multiple Conley Awards in regional categories, as well as placing second at the Army level.
I'm blessed with the guys I do have here, and to win and to see them carry around that award and brag about it, it's going to be one of those moments that I think unforgettable. It's going to be one of those unforgettable things.
In Stuttgart, Germany, I'm Army Sergeant Joe Labutka.
And while the dining facility is whipping up tasty dishes, an event in Stuttgart is busy raising money. Army Sergeant Dan Moffat tells us how all that hard-earned cash is going right back into the community.
For years now, the German-American Women's Club has put on the Fenning Bazaar. This year, I got an opportunity to get an inside look at how it all works.
The German-American Women's Club has lots of service projects. The Fenning Bazaar is our biggest service project of the year. We collect things all year long and then sell it once a year. Last year we raised over €100,000 and we donated back into the community almost €97,000. We sell the things that we've collected all year and everything goes to benefit charity.
So you might ask yourself, what's in it for the volunteers?
fun. And it's knowing that we're doing a good thing for the community, you know, raising money for a good cause, giving back to our communities, both communities, both German and American communities.
In Stuttgart, I'm Army Sergeant Dan Mathis.
Thanks for coming to see us at the Finnick Bazaar.
Not only is swimming good for your health, it's also a fun way to cool down and spend time with friends, something kids in Vincenza know all too well. Specialist Julie Yeager introduces us to the Mako Sharks swim team and tells you how important their recent swimathon was.
Their minds are made up. They are ready to swim as many laps as they can in 2 hours.
40, 50. I can do a lot of laps. Because I practiced with my dad, and I, like 2-3 months ago, I could barely even swim. I couldn't even swim all the way there.
Instead of practice, the Mako Sharks are competing in a swimathon. Since the Mako Sharks is a private organization, they don't receive any official funding. So the swimathon is a very important part for their team's survival.
Some of the meets down in Naples and Sigonella are too far for some of the parents to drive and too expensive to fly. So the kids are trying to raise money so we can rent a bus and then take the bus down to the swim meets.
Lieutenant Colonel Casey says their goal is to raise about $4,000. And based on the team's energy, it looks as though that isn't going to be a problem. Specialist Julie Yeager, Vicenza, Italy.
Stay with us. We'll show you why this young man is creating a volcano for his head. That's up next after the break.
This is Susie. She and her dog Chip can't wait to get back to the good old United States. But Chip can't travel without a pet passport.
Golly, what do I do?
Well, first you go to your local post-veterinarian office, then to your local post office, then you go to your ULSS office. Finally, don't forget to go back to your veterinarian's office to get the thumbs up.
I need to sit down.
Don't worry. Your post-veterinarian's office will be more than willing to help. But give yourself plenty of time to make sure you can take that little Chip with you wherever you go.
Welcome back to the AFN Europe Report. One of the toughest things about a military career is the time spent away from loved ones. Petty Officer Omar Dominguez takes us to Naples, Italy, where father-son bonding time takes on a whole new meaning.
It starts with a word, then an idea.
I love working with paper mache, so that's something I did when I was a kid.
Last year, Ethan chose dinosaur as his word, but this year he chose something a little more explosive.
I wanted to get creative. I just got the idea of eruption.
So we found a piece of cardboard, so we have a base for our volcano, and then got the general shape from using poster board. I had to fit the cardboard to its head first. It's kind of, you got to push hard. Whoa. So they want to help the kids choose a word that they're not really familiar with. As, you know, making the project, building the hat, they can learn about the word they chose.
It's a dangerous thing, and if it erupts, you better look out.
The minute we found out we were moving to Naples and we told him about Mount Vesuvius, that was the first place he wanted to go. And ever since then, he's been fascinated by it.
And when the time came to show everyone the true meaning of a volcano, it wasn't Mount Vesuvius people were staring at, but Ethan's vocabulary volcano hat. Ethan wore his creativity along with 800 other kids during the 2011 Vocabulary Hat Parade and had 3 more words to shout.
I felt awesome!
Petty Officer Omar Dominguez, Naples, Italy.
That's all the time we have for this evening. Thanks for watching and have a good night.